In this video, we're going to put the spotlight on Islam Makhachev's being told to retire despite being relatively younger in his career than many other UFC fighters, and we'll talk about the greatness Jon Jones aims at achieving in his fight against Ciryl Gane. Islam Makhachev has been on screens for a long time because he used to be in Khabib's corner whenever the Eagle fought. Islam was always said to be the second coming of his longtime friend Khabib. People even call him Khabib 2.0 to this very day. And Khabib's impressive career came to an end because of a promise he made to his mother. He left the octagon at a relatively young age just because of his mother, and she wanted him to retire after the passing of his father and lifelong coach, Abdul Manap. Islam Makhachev, who seems to be at the prime of his career, has now revealed that his own mother is in the same boat as Nurmagomedov's. Islam said, "My mother doesn't watch fights, not just my fights in general. She doesn't like seeing people hit each other. When I came home after winning the title, there were a lot of people there. She said, 'You're a champion now, wrap it up.' Khabib listened to his mother, when will you listen to yours?" Makhachev added, "I told her Khabib defended his title and I need to do the same. It's a hard topic for my mother. My father's the opposite. He watches all the fights." Does Islam think he should retire, or when will he retire? He was asked this question a few months ago, and he replied to it by saying, "Actually, I haven't made any plans for the future yet. For now, I plan to fight. We have young fighters in the gym, and as long as I can beat them, I will perform. I don't want to wait until I get weaker and they start to win me over. As soon as I understand that I have stopped growing, I will leave." Well, as of right now, it does not seem like even at UFC, someone could take him down. So it's safe to say that Islam is not going anywhere anytime soon. Well, the man is coming off his first successful title defense of the UFC lightweight title against featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski in a champion versus champion super fight, as the two would fight at the night of UFC 284. His next opponent could very much come out of the fight between Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. He could also face Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. A lot has been discussed about his next opponent, but nothing has been confirmed as of yet. Makhachev has also expressed a wish to face Conor McGregor. McGregor is also about to make a comeback after he got injured in his fight against Dustin Poirier over a year ago. Recently, it has been confirmed that Conor McGregor is going to lock horns with Michael Chandler in his comeback debut, and the winner of that fight could very much get to face Islam Makhachev, if Islam still holds the title by that time. And there's a lot that can be speculated when it comes to Islam, because right now, he is the champ, and everyone in the UFC, of course, wants a piece of him. Who is the next to lock horns with him? It could very much be one of the aforementioned names. Perhaps the greatest fighter of the UFC, Jon Jones, is about to make a grand comeback to the octagon after his last fight, which he fought back in 2020. The man has been posting his sparring videos and making headlines for the last few days. His comeback is grand because with 14 title fight wins, a lot of fans and pundits in the MMA world consider Bones the GOAT of the sport. Jon Anik, the notorious UFC commentator, was invited by a YouTuber on his MMA channel where he was asked about Jon Jones and his thoughts on the #1 pound-for-pound fighter at the UFC. Jon Anik made it clear that if Jon is able to put down Ciryl Gane, he would very much be on the list of current big fighters once again. During discussion on UFC 284's main event featuring the UFC lightweight champion Islam Makhachev and the UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, Anik was questioned about his personal choice of the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. He said, "If Jon Jones just lays waste to Ciryl Gane at UFC 285, then it's going to be a very tall order. Do you think in a lot of people's minds he will eclipse both of those guys? Because he was that dude before he left," Anik added. Yes, Jon Anik's pound-for-pound ranking is fucking battered, and if Jon Jones beats Ciryl Gane in whatever fashion, he can be #1 for me. But it tells you what I think of him that I've continued to push the GOAT narrative. Jon Jones was in an interview with Jimmy Smith on Unlocking the Cage when he was asked about his plans coming into his big bout and his first heavyweight fight against Ciryl Gane for the vacant UFC heavyweight title. He said, "Of course I want to perform at the highest level possible. I want to look great, and not only do I want to win, I want to dominate. But no, I'm not going to really think about the pressure of being pound for pound king. We all have our time of looking the absolute best in the world. I'm fighting for something that I believe is bigger, which is the greatest of all time, and I do believe a victory over Gane solidifies that." Jones dominated the UFC's light heavyweight division for nearly a decade. And for most of that period, he was the champ, and no one looked as good as him in his division. But he has recently admitted that he somewhat got bored by that because he did not feel the challenge. It all got too monotonous for him, and this has been the sole reason behind him coming up to the heavyweight division, Jones said. I stopped studying footage as much. I started just looking forward to another day at the office. The fear was gone. I didn't really fear these guys, and I wasn't happy with my pay either. I just wanted more. I wanted to be nervous again. I wanted to have fear again. I think fear is healthy, and now we're in this position. The heavyweight division has never been scarier, and I'm glad to be right in the middle of it. Jones was actually expected to fight the big Francis Ngannou in his comeback bout, but since Ngannou is gone, he has been, of course, training for Ciryl Gane. And he has revealed that it has not been that difficult for him, saying, "There's nothing hard about it. I'm doing what I was born to do, goal setting and conquering. I've been training my ass off. I always train with a goal in mind. And this is what I've been working for constantly and consistently over the past 3 years. I've been dedicated for a long time, and I don't need any more time. I'm prepared, I'm excited, I'm ready to snatch this opportunity." On another occasion, while talking about the top pound-for-pound fighter spot at the UFC, he did say that he is going to reclaim it. He said, "It's a popularity contest. It changes, it shifts. I haven't competed in a long time, and my goal is to return and remind everyone of who I am and put that pound-for-pound conversation to rest." While talking about this time away from the octagon, Jones said he just wants to get to the T-Mobile Arena without any further complications. He added, "It's been an awesome display of patience. I've stayed focused, I've remained patient, now I'm waiting on my destiny." Let's see what destiny holds for Jon Jones' bones at UFC 285.